guys, and welcome to Jeffrey's Corner. Today we're going to be talking about call centre staff. Now, as you probably don't know, I've recently got a job in a call centre, which means that I am now talking to customers and trying to do my best to just keep them. Here are some things that I've learned in the past 3 or 4 months working there. Number 1, I am always amazed when a customer knows the phonetic alphabet. Maybe because it's not taught universally. You would only know it if you were specifically learning it, if that makes any sense. You wouldn't learn it in school, you would have to learn it. It's so cold in this house. I'm now fluent in the phonetic alphabet. It's a very unusual alphabet, but it is very useful because trying to decipher whether or not a person with a thick Scottish accent said S or F over the phone can prove quite difficult. And then they get offended because I don't know what they've said. It sounds the same. Number 2, when the system's loading, there will be awkwardness. Now, this will either be silence or I will try and talk to you as best I can, but honestly, it's just going to be uncomfortable for the both of us. I will try and fill it and ask you generic questions like what the weather's like where you're at, or got any plans for the weekend. I've been told it's best to not ask specific questions. It may turn out they're going to a funeral and their mum's died and it could get really awkward. That sucked. Number 3, if you're unhappy with the service that you've received previously, or the price is too high and you just want to go, you just want to leave, I'm not obliged to say it, but I will probably tell you that I'm sorry to hear that. I am responsible for whether or not you stay. But ultimately, I am not sorry at all. Unless they've royally fucked you around, then I'm sorry. And I will pass your complaint on to a senior. Number 4, I've had customers who will often get very upset about finding a cheaper price online. I don't understand why you're surprised at this, because this is true with everything, and I mean everything that you buy online. In the real world, you go into a shop and it will be a certain price. You got VAT, you got all that shit on it, that's the price. You go and buy it online, it's going to be cheaper. That's the same with everything. Doesn't matter what department you're in, doesn't matter what you're buying. If you buy it online, it will be cheaper. What I'm able to do is match that price for you. But don't get all up in my grill just because you found a cheaper price online. The gist of this is, things that are physical will be more expensive. You buy it online, it's going to be cheaper. They're like online rates. What? Number 5. DPA is there for a reason. DPA, for those of you who don't know, is the Data Protection Act. Now, this means that you have to pass a certain number of security checks confirming things about yourself, or where you live and things like that, to prove that you are who you say you are. We're over the phone, mate. You could be anyone. You can confirm their details, that's fine, but unless you have actual permission from the person whose thing it is, I can't do shit. Number 6, this is kind of relating to number 5, please have your documents with you. Number 7, if you start swearing at me, I am allowed to terminate the call. There is absolutely no reason why I should have to sit here and listen to you screaming and swearing at me. Which, oh, wakey wakey. And I know you need to direct that anger towards someone, but language like that is not acceptable. I am still a human being. I have, emotions. And just because you can't see me doesn't mean that you can vent like that at me. At the end of the day, I'm here to help customers. And I can't do that if you won't cooperate with me as well. It's a two-way street, and I think a lot of people forget that. I think it mostly has to do with the fact that we can't see each other. Not like that. Cheeky. And we should be able to fix things for you. Because from the one thing that I've learned is that almost everything is fixable. Number 8. If you ask me out over the phone, I'm gonna say no. Babe, you're a 65-year-old man living in Cardiff. and you're married, this isn't going to work out. Number 9. Everything we do is documented. Calls are recorded. At the end of every call we make notes just to show what's happened and what we've spoken about. So for the customer, we can find out if you've been treated badly, you've had poor customer service, if we promised things that are incorrect, or we haven't delivered on certain things. We can look back at the call, look at the notes and find out exactly where we went wrong and try and resolve it for you. From the call centre's point of view, we can find out if you've not been entirely truthful with us, because it gives us solid facts to stand on, not hearsay, not they said this and you promised me this. Cold, hard facts, recorded facts. And finally, number 10. I will always do my best for you. If you're unhappy, I will always do everything that I can, everything in my power to try and resolve it for you. But unfortunately, there are things that are out of my control that I can do nothing about. I think that's a good base point when dealing with customers. Always put them first. Make sure they're happy, because then they'll stay with you. It's logical. If you enjoyed this video, please press the appropriate button and subscribe, because I do make new videos every now and again. Bye. So here are just some things that I've learned in the bar. This system works well for both parts. So that's not necessarily a negative thing. I have no idea what I was talking about before. And finally, and subscribe, because I do make new videos every... did I say videos right, or did I say VEOs? Except for those half top things. I do not understand those.